What's up, y'all? It's your boy Nate Tucker coming at you live after this lunch break workout hour here, and just enjoying the no rain today. If you are like us here in Cleveland, Tennessee, then you probably got rain a good majority of the weekend, and we have had several that had electricity out over the weekend. But I'm glad that seems to be getting back to normal. But I got a message today, and we're supposed to get thunderstorms this week. So, we'll see how that goes. And I encourage everybody to stay safe and, be on the lookout for flooding that may pop up, flash flooding as a result of all this rain. And so today, I wanted to do my video on growth doesn't happen overnight. So during these lunch break workout videos, always talking about change and experiences that we're having and growth. And so, just so happens I have an example of growth, and so I'm going to show you that here in a second. So over the last several weeks, I have a plant here in my office, and it's one of those, I don't know what the name of the plant is, but let me just shift over there to my that plant right there. See that plant over there? Okay, so that plant right there has been growing in my office, okay, for several years now. And what I've done is I've over time uh, I've cut and I've taken snips off and put it in water to put in dirt over time. And so I've done that again recently, and I've done it for a colleague here at the university. And so I wanted to show this because there's a huge lesson in this. Obviously, pruning is necessary with plants and growth. And I've talked about that previously, but let me kind of show you what happens, okay? And so over when I pruned this, okay, so see, this is, you know, part of the plant that I cut off. Okay, and so as you can see here, it's been pruned off, right? And here's what's interesting is you get all of that yellow, right? And then it turns green again. Now, one of the things that I want to point out here is this growth right here on the end. That is a root. That little white area there is a root right there. That little white area is a root that has been growing. Okay, now this sat in the water for probably minimum of 3 weeks before any roots came on that one. Okay, now everybody's at different phases in their life. Okay, now here's what's interesting is I snipped off not one but two. Okay, and so you saw where one is right there. Okay, now look at this other one. Okay, this other one that I did the exact same thing. Okay, so here's the plant. Notice there's not a whole lot of yellow, right? All right, but look at the root there. Those right there are the roots from that plant. Okay, from this particular one. Okay, so how is it that I took two snippets at the same time from the same source plant and I get different results? Well, everybody's growth is different. Growth doesn't happen overnight. And in some cases, some growth will happen further along than others. And so, what the lesson in that for you is don't compare yourself with others because your growth is different from the growth of others. And so, this is a classic example of a plant that had the same source. I did two snippets, put both of them in water. By the way, here's the cup of water here. You can see both of them in water, 1 and 2. Okay, they're both sitting in the same water. They're sitting there together, but one has gotten further along than the other. And I think that's because that's how life works. You have exact same plant snipped off in a cup of water. One is growing further along than the other. And so one is ready for the dirt and ready to take off and have a life of its own, and the other not so much. And so we're going to keep it in the water for a few weeks. The other one we can go ahead and get that move to soil. And so, what I encourage you to do is you may be the slow growing plant, you may be the fast. For whatever one identifies with you, just own it and go with it. And know that at the end of the day, growth does happen, and it may happen slow, it may happen fast, but it will happen. It may happen slow, but it may also happen fast, but it will happen. So this is your boy Nate Tucker coming at you live. Believe it in you. You have it here in your head, you have it here in your heart to accomplish every goal and every dream that you set for yourself. You just have to realize that and take action. Peace out.